All right, so everybody getting up on Prime, saying that Prime can't coach. What do you think? You think Prime can't coach? And look, I would say this. He came in and he made a lot of noise. And when you make a lot of noise, you got to be ready for the backlash. You make a lot of noise, people gonna be looking for some evidence, right? So I will say that I see it differently. By the way, I'm out here on my nightly walk. SaveMyLifeMode2.com. Check out my website. A lot of great stuff out there. Health and wellness. I lost 50 pounds in the last 8 months. Back to the subject. So, look, Prime and Colorado has done some great things already this year. So, I hear the noise. I understand it. I agree with some of it. But I don't think it's fair to say that Prime can't coach. I mean, come on. It's prime time. You know, I know when people say, oh, you know, when he first came in, he was so loud. He was so loud, you know. Hit the portal. I'm bringing Louis with me. Your boy, Jason Whitlock, a.k.a. Jake and the Fat Man. Just joking. I like to pick with Whitlock because I admire him. Hey, the guy's good. He's good, man. He real deep. Check out his podcast, right? But the thing is, when you come out and you just like on fire, you're making a lot of noise because he was doing branding. As a businessman, I understand what he was doing. He was doing branding, right? Okay. So he was being himself because inside, this is what I think it is. Inside, he got a lot of fire inside, right? That's what made him great. That's a part of what made him great, right? But as an individual, especially as a Christian, now some people might say, oh, whatever. Look, I'm not going to take away the man's faith because the man got stuff, just like everybody else. Come on now. He admits that, and so that's awesome. I think that's beautiful. But I'm not going to take away that man's stuff, but as a Christian, we're talking about excellence here, baby. We're talking about, hey, I'm going to put it all out here in the field. I got super confidence, right? You know, David and Goliath type of confidence. What? But I will say this as well. It's all how you do it. And I think in his thoughts, he would say as well, you know what, said, I could have did it better. I could have did it different. In 10 years, 15 years, when he write a book, he might say, yeah, you know, I could have did it better. I could have did it different. I came off a little bit too harsh. And I put on Twitter today, I said, confidence and being unhumble can be confused. And I said it probably a lot more eloquently than that. But someone who has confidence versus someone who's not humble can be very confused. I think what Primetime did is he brought in very, very, very high level of confidence to his team, to the young men who are playing for him. Think about it. You a young man, 18, 17, 16, 17, 18, 19 years old. They still know Prime from the NFL Network, from their parents, from their grandparents. You know, they still know who Prime is, right? You got the opportunity to play for Primetime, Deon Sanders? Come on now. So maybe he put too much hot sauce on the chicken. Maybe he put too much hot sauce on the chicken and he didn't need to. You see what I'm saying? Maybe just being under the radar and letting the kids be his biggest marketing tool would have been better for him, because your relationship with them kids, like Nick Saban, okay? For instance, you don't hear a lot about Nick Saban's relationship with the kids. You don't hear a lot about that, right? But I would think Because you don't hear nothing negative. You don't hear nothing negative about Nick Saban. Even the Jalen Hurts situation. The Jalen Hurts situation, it got kind of nasty from where I was sitting. I was like, ooh, Jalen. Now we all know now, in hindsight, at the time I didn't know Jalen, but now Jalen seemed like a very, very, very upstanding individual. You know, so I don't think he gave Nick any smoke. But at the same time, when you're a young kid and you're trying to make it, and you and your family trying to make sure you get to the league, because at that point, I don't know how his draft prospects probably wasn't that good. You know, I knew him as a guy who he was a pretty good quarterback, but a pretty good college quarterback. Then when he transferred, long story short, like, that was the best thing that ever happened to him, really. But we're not talking about that. We're talking about Nick Saban, his relationship with his players. They're marketing for him by basically talking to other people, probably like, yeah, you know, Nick will do you straight, you know. People not having smoke on him, that also basically gives him a lot of props, a lot of marketing value to those kids who are coming up, you know. And just seeing basically the NFL factory that Alabama is, the championships, the wins, and everything like that, you know that you're going to be done right. So, what Prime probably did wrong was Prime should have came in a little bit lighter. I mean, nice lines, legendary lines. I was repeating the lines, right? And I'm like, yeah, that's what's up. Because see, what I saw, this is the rub right here. What I saw was, I saw a man whom I grew up watching and who who played for my Dallas Cowboys, right? Deon versus Andre Rison, right? Fight. You know, was the Falcons was okay. So yeah. So Deon just left the 49ers. No, just left the Falcons. Excuse me. With Andre Rison on the same team. Now Deon is checking Andre Rison. So now they get into a fight on the field. Woo! In the house that Deon built, I do believe, in Atlanta. So, like, I grew up with that Deon. I grew up with Deon on my team as a Dallas Cowboy, winning a championship, right? So that's the Deon that I grew up with. So I'm gonna be down with him, right? I feel like that's my big brother right there, right? So of course the excellence that he brought to the table as a football player, and then when you see him in his elder life, and you see the contribution that he has brought to the world through being a great father. And so that's what I really get from the whole Deon thing as being a coach. It's like, yo, that's Deon Sanders right there. And he's a coach. Like, I mean, you go to, now this is where Mr. Whitlock, I have to greatly disagree with you. If you're blaming the media for basically this Deon Sanders thing being basically like a race hoax, then okay, I can get with that a little bit. I don't think so. I think you're off on this one, bro, because Deon don't have anything to do with that, bro. I'm a Christian conservative, man. But I tell it straight. I get on Republicans, I get on Democrats. I get on Democrats a lot. And I get on Republicans when they need it, because they need a spanking sometimes too. And that's on race issues as well. But anyway, so Deon has never come off to me as one of them race baiters, man. Deon love everybody. Deon down for his people, and that's what's up with me. I can affiliate with that. So I don't have a problem with that whatsoever. And, you know, Deon is doing his thing You know, Deon is bringing his flavor, and I just think he just put too much seasoning on that chicken. He put too much seasoning on that. You know how you cook some chicken? You know, some baked chicken, some fried chicken. You just put too much seasoning up there, man. It would have been good if you let it slow cook. He should have let that chicken slow cook, right? And he just put too much seasoning on there. He turned the heat up too high. And sometimes when you turn the heat up too high on your chicken, you get burnt. And I think that's what's happening right now is that he's getting burnt in the media. But the media noise that's been around him, it's because we excited. Now, I pushed away from the media noise, you know, because it was just too much. It's like, yo, I love Deon, but you know, I mean, I don't want to hear about him like 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. So I just pushed away from it. When the season starts, then we're going to watch us some Colorado Buffaloes, and that's what happened, you know. And so I was, come on, Buffaloes. Yeah, you know, I introduced my son to who Deon Sanders was. You know, yeah, just Deon Sanders, you know. Showed him some old clips of Deon Sanders and things of that nature. You know, we know all his son's name. You know what I'm saying? We know all his family members' name. You know, we talk about Pilar. We talk about the whole history, right? You know, because Deon has a great story. Deon is a great story, you know? So if people are in love with that, Mr. Whitlock, my bro, then that's the reason why, because we have an affiliation with him, white, black, all types of people. We have an affiliation with the brother. You know, is the brother perfect? No. Who's perfect? I'm looking for him. Nope, ain't nobody perfect. But I'll take primetime Deon Sanders. Recruits, you know, check them out. Just like you check out every other coach. A lot of people are jealous of Deon because of all the attention that he's getting. And they felt like, you know, the coach from Oregon comes to mind without, you know, selling anything on him. That's the way it felt like to me. You mad because this man is getting attention and things of that nature. And a lot of other coaches, right? And they're afraid because this man's coming in to change the game, right? In one year, he brought that program up, and they've been playing some great football. I don't care what nobody says. I've been the first like 5 or 6 games. I watched almost every minute of those games. You know, win or lose, I watched those games, and I saw the level of play. It was exciting football. You know, I was shocked, just like everybody else. So when people say, oh, well, you know, oh, he can't coach. Who thought they was going to be this good this year? Come on. They just got spanked 56-14. But who thought that come on now. Who thought that they was going to be this good? Nobody thought that they was going to be this good this year. It's just that it's like a stock portfolio. It went up. We're like, woo, oh, my. Then you have an injury to your best player, and that's saying something because Shador doing some things, you know? Boom. Then it was kind of like this, stock portfolio. Oh, okay, we got some bad news on this stock. The stock kind of hit a little plateau here, but it's going to go back up, and then, boom, that thing went down. Why? The season just went that way, my friends. But yeah, somebody said on Twitter, oh, it seemed like that win against TCU was like a year ago. No, I'm sorry. He said, it seemed like that win against TCU was like 5 years ago. Nah, brother. I was like, nah, brother, it was this year. It was this year, and I just left it at that. You know, people just trying to find a reason. They're just trying to find a reason just to criticize the brother because they don't like him. Come on, just tell the truth. You don't like him. You don't like all the attention that he's getting. So you're picking something. You're gonna pick something out. Oh, I don't like the brother. I don't like the attention that he's getting. So I'm gonna pick something out. Now you look on my Twitter feed. I'll leave my Twitter feed under this video. I be joking Deon. I be joking Shador. You know what I'm saying? I got jokes because I'm a comedian, right? And I'm gonna tell the truth. I don't like all the hip hop stuff. Hey, I'm a Christian conservative. I don't like all the hip hop stuff, but I understand. I get it. I get what Deon is doing, and that's something that I tolerate. You feel me? Give me my theme music. I think that's cool. I think that's cool. You know what I'm saying? You know, I think it's fun, even though, again, I don't like it. I don't like it. But, you know, for people to say, well, Deon can't coach. Deon can't coach. Deon is his own man. Look, man, look. They got whipped. They don't lost, what, the last like 3 or 4 games or something like that. They've been looking pretty bad in spaces. Whitlock brought out that, hey, you know, they're very undisciplined. I didn't even think about that. They're very undisciplined. You know, they have the most penalties in the whole NCAA. So that's pretty bad. That's pretty bad. But I would say this as well. You know, seasons have peaks and valleys. And he just went to the group. Okay, let me give you a little picture of what just happened this year. This is what I think. Now, we might be proven wrong, but it's too early to tell. Some relatives coming to town, and you don't know that they're coming into town. They just drop in, you know, and you get the call, hey, what's going on, Sid? Hey, well, what's up? How you doing, cuz? Hey, I'm doing good. Hey, me and my wife just got into town with the kids. We just got married, you know. We just got married like 5 months ago. Oh, yeah, man, I remember. I'm sorry that I couldn't make it. Well, look, can we come over and say hi? Yeah, sure. When you coming? We'll be over in 45 minutes. 45 minutes? You should have told me, right? So I run to the store and get some groceries, right? To throw something together for them to give them a nice little meal, right? It's not going to be the meal that I want. Why? Because I had to throw something together, right? And maybe I didn't have anything inside the house. So what Deon is doing, what Deon had to do, he had to go inside the kitchen. Remember Bill Parcells, let me do the cooking? I mean the shopping. If I'm going to do the cooking, let me do the shopping. Well, Deon had to go inside the kitchen, take all the bad stuff out the fridge that was milk. They had mold on it. It was old. The expiration date had already went. It was poor quality. He had to throw it out. Then he had to rush to the store to get some groceries. And he only had so much money to pay for those groceries. All right? So this is the first year of the rebuild. Have you ever heard of it's called a rebuild. So for you to be hyper, like, team's not disciplined. Okay. Whitlock say, they pass hoppy. They're not trying to run the ball. Oh, they pass hoppy. Okay, check. He trying to make his son look good. Okay, well, this is the thing about that. If you don't got an offensive line, pick your poison. What do you want to do? Do you want to run the ball and lose? Or do you want to pass the ball and have a better chance to win because Shedeur could have been a Heisman, candidate? Shedeur is really, 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 he's really, really good. I don't care whose son he is. He's really, really good. Okay? Shoot, man. Colorado football has been exciting this year. I don't care who the coach is. Colorado football has been really, really exciting. And I used to live in Colorado, so I have a little bit of, fandom for them, but I was a Colorado State fan. Don't tell nobody. When I was living there, when I was in the military, you know what I'm saying? But it's been exciting football for the Buffaloes. We ain't seen the Buffaloes been excited since Cordell Stewart. Come on, brothers. So all of this smoke for Deon, Coach Sanders, Coach Prime, and his sons, I don't get it now. I know, should do it. Man, Washington State Washington State, they were ready. I saw the first part of the game, and they were ready, and they were doing it. You know what I'm saying? They were ready. They ain't forget, because, see, I thought people would have forgot, because it was earlier this year. And, Colorado already got dealt with. Oregon dealt with them. You know what I'm saying? So I thought, okay, people not going to be coming with all that, energy for Colorado. But no, bruh, no, man, they still getting up for Colorado, So again, maybe Deon just can't eat it. He just put too much hot sauce on that. He put too much hot sauce on that chicken, man. He put too much hot sauce on them chicken wings, and basically, it's good, it's great, but it also has a downside to that. Putting too much hot sauce on that chicken, you know what I'm saying? And so, the branding is great on one side, but I think it's too much. I think it's just a little bit too much, but time will tell. Hey, look, talk to me around this time next year after he got his recruiting class in, after we don't see what happened in the first 7 or 8 games, right? And see what their record is to see if there's any improvement. But yet and still, it took Jim Harbaugh, a more established coach. It took him how many years to get Michigan right? Who had a lot more in the cupboard? Okay, Michigan, right? Okay, so people acting like being a coach is easy. Being a coach is not easy. Being a coach, a football coach, is not easy, okay? So this man proved himself at JMU. He proved himself at JMU, okay? I think it's called JMU. Jackson State. No, at Jackson State. I'm thinking about James Madison. He proved himself at Jackson State. I mean, he did great there. He did great there. So he put together a great staff from what I understand. I've been watching him since day one. I've been watching the brother since day one, excited since day one. Before the super hype came, or whatever, just excited. I love to see all the ex-football players who become coaches. What's the dude who's coaching for Tennessee now? Forgot his name. But it's cool to see him on the sideline. It's cool. Now, when it's the brothers, hey, look, I'm not gonna lie. I think that's really, really cool. I think it's really, really cool. I'm not one of those people who are like, the brothers, they're not getting a fair shake. I won't say that a lot, but I think that is true. Actually, I do think it is true. Now, again, I'm not one of those people who will say that because a lot of us who got opportunities, didn't do that good with them. But do I think that we should get more? Yeah, I do. But yeah, man, this is the time right now for Coach Prime and I said this before his press conference, and he kind of said the same thing at the press conference from what I could hear, is that this is the time for them to assess everything. Hey, okay, so what's going on in our program? Like, what's going on? Are we quitting? Because people are saying that they've been quitting and things of that nature. I didn't see that either. I didn't see it. Them boys flying around the field, them boys, I didn't see them quit. But is there, like, are we missing something? Now, again, when you throw a lot of people who came from the transfer portal, you throw them all in together, it's a hodgepodge of players. You can have a lot of stuff. You throwing paint on the wall, man. In my mind, and I have a good analytical mind, like, I can analyze things, and I can be like, oh yeah, I see what's going on here. That was my thought. It's like, dude, you just... Do you remember in the off season when like he cut all those players, and then it was like, oh no, he gotta replace all those players? I mean, like, I was one of those people, like, he said hit the portal and people leaving and stuff like that, and yeah, he had to replace all those players. And so this is like give him 2-3 years. Like, call me in 2-3 years to see what's going on, to see, like, now these are some questions that I do have, because I will say this: last night it did feel like it was the beginning of the end, but that's only because when you know all the hype that's surrounding everything, when you're not in that locker room, when you're not in that building, then you don't really know what the feel really is, you know what I'm saying? But from where I sat, it felt like, oh, this is the beginning of the end of this fairy tale. Cinderella, she'd have lost her slippers or whatever the story was. I forgot. It's about to turn 12 or whatever, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, that's how it felt. Like this, well, this was fun, and now it's over. Now, you know, that momentum is changing, and now instead of momentum, it's an avalanche coming down on you. That's what it felt like. No pun intended. Colorado, that just popped into my head, and I just gave it out. But so we don't know. It's gonna be interesting to see. That's why we have the journey forward. That's why we have the struggle. And that's what life is all about. So we're about to see what Deon and Prime and the Colorado Buffaloes are all about, what the real ingredients are. Because we see the flash, right? The rappers and all the, you know, celebrities, Stephen A., Shannon Sharp coming out the private jet and everything like that. That's what we see. But going back to the Nick Saban thing, what's going on the other side? You know, what kind of ingredients is in that chicken? Because it's okay if you put too much flavor in on it, but if you cook that chicken right, you know, it'd be like, oh, okay, next time let's put a bit less seasoning on it and a little bit less hot sauce. But man, you did some great job on this chicken, man. That chicken is right. So let's see what kind of men is Primetime putting on that field for the rest of the year, for next year, for the next 2 years, for the next 3 years, hopefully, you know. So that's one thing. And from what I can tell right now, them boys balling. Hey, them boys are out there. They balling. They making plays. They just not good enough, you know. And these other squads, Washington State, Oregon. Are you kidding me, man? They got some horses, man. They got some. See, that's the Pac-12. So we don't be thinking about them a whole bunch. I don't even like watching them play, really, you know. But it's been exciting this year. Like watching the Pac-12 play, it's been exciting, you know. And so they got some ballers up in the Pac-12, and then their cupboard is already full. They already got recruits and, you know, people who done red-shirted and things of that nature. So how you gonna compare Coach Prime, this is his first year in Division I. This is his first year coaching Division I football. And yeah, he is a fresh coach. He ain't got that seasoning inside of his coaching career yet, you know. So he has some downsides, but he got some really nice upsides, okay? And so that's the thing that I see right now. But also, I will say, I do have a question. Does Deon have it inside of him to keep doing this? One of the things that really concern me is his health. I hope his health is good. That's most important. But does he have it really in him to actually keep on doing this for 2 or 3 years? You know, to go through the long haul, especially after his sons leave school. So those are some questions that need to be asked. But right now, I'm still enjoying the ride. You know, I'm still enjoying watching the team play. And yeah, you know, now like the joy is, the thrill is gone, right? The thrill is gone now. It's like the honeymoon is over. So now it's time to see what you're really made of. Now it's time to see what you're really made of, you know. Are those players really focused? Are those players really, you know, are they really the best recruits? And that is on Coach Prime. Is he getting the best young men to come in there who are not just ballers, but they got the right stuff inside, you know? And so I trust him on that, you know. And I think some people do get lost in the flair and in the, you know, the hip hop stuff. They get lost in that, you know. And they don't see the substance that I see. I do. I see and I feel the substance when I hear Coach Prime talk. Okay, I feel the substance and I'm like, yo, that's what these young men need. They need the challenge. They need the kick in the butt. And guess what? Even though they're college kids, this is big time. Okay? I watched what was that? The Notre Dame game. Oh my God. I watched the end of unfortunately I didn't see the end of the game. But I came in as they were walking off the field, and I saw kids crying and things of that nature and looking sad. I thought they lost. The coach looked sad, but they won. So what does that tell you? These kids put their heart and their soul into a college team. We done been through so much together, right? These games mean a lot to these players and to these coaches and to the organization and to the fans and to the city and things of that nature. Boulder is not a big town, right? And so they starved for a winning team, things that it means a lot to these kids. And so when this is something that I hate in my personal life. I hate when it means a lot to me, but it doesn't mean a lot to you. You got to go. You got to go. Because guess what? I got my name on it. I got my name on it. I got my name on it. Who I am. Okay? I'm a winner. I want to be a winner. I don't want to lose. So when Coach Prime comes in and he's setting a tone, that tone hurts some people. But the thing is that the tone wasn't for anybody else. Maybe. But the people who were going to be in that room, you get it? So if I turn off other people, it don't matter, because I'm talking to the recruits that's going to come to this team. Before they even step foot here, they're going to know what the tone is. Hey, look, you put your helmet on, you step out on that field, you make sure that you watching film like you got on the kid. You make sure that you watching film before you come on the field. But you step on that field, it's time to take care of business. Championships, right? That championship mindset start right now. Weight room, workouts, practice, right? And so hopefully that's what the underbelly is that we can't see. And so, but hey, it's really none of our business. We're just talking about it, okay? So, but what happened is today I heard that one of the players, I think it's a running back, he got on Twitter. He was like, hey, man, people got to stop being selfish. This is a player for the Buffaloes. He was like, hey, all this selfish play, now I don't know what that means, but it didn't sound good to me. And I was like, whoa, what's that? So it's a lot of noise out here about the Colorado Buffaloes. But hey, I'm just having fun, man. It's just a football game. But it does mean a lot. Be blessed.